This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Superman vs. Alien 2-pack from Neca. Now taking a look at the front of the box, we can see the Superman logo and the Aliens logo. And if we open the lid, we can see that both figures are showcased in a window box packaging. So with the box out of the way, let's crack these figures open and see what we have inside. And here are both figures out of the box. And man, what a really cool set from Neca. I think it's super awesome that they're doing stuff like this ripped straight from the comic books, and I cannot wait to check them both out with you guys. But before we take a closer look at the figures, let's take a closer look at the accessories. So for accessories, we only get things for Superman, that being 2 head sculpts, 2 pairs of interchangeable hands, and 2 eye laser effects. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Superman and the Xenomorph. Alright guys, so I'm going to start off by taking a closer look at the Alien first. Now, of course, Neca does an amazing job with their Xenomorphs. So that head sculpt, first and foremost, looks incredible. I absolutely love what they do with that. The amount of detail that they put into their Xenomorphs is just crazy, and seeing that head sculpt is just a good example of that. Now, what I do like at the even top of here, we get this like really nice purple like airbrushing effect. It looks really freaking good, and I love how they did that. Everything about this just looks incredible, and if you have any of the Xenomorphs, you know exactly how well done these are. That rib cage looks insane. All throughout the figure just looks really, really good. You know, it's pretty much just a reuse of parts from different Xenomorphs, but everything about it looks awesome. The feet look great with nice peg holes. This really wicked huge tail. That's insane. I love that with little spines right here. That's freaking really cool. I love this, and there's like this nice blue wash in there throughout the entire figure. Even goes up the spine a little bit, and I love all the little tendrils and things that come off like that. It's just really crazy how well done this is. I love this so much, man. Neca knows what they're doing when it comes to things like the Xenomorphs and characters like the Predators. Okay, so let's run down his articulation, because he doesn't come with any accessories, but he does have a crazy amount of articulation here. So the head itself is on a ball joint. It kind of rolls around, turns left and right, up and down. Now there is a disc hinge in here to look further up. I could not loosen that up. I tried running it under hot water and heat and things like that to loosen it up. It was just not happening, but still a good range of motion in there. The mouth can open up like so that's pretty cool, and you can pull out that inner like tongue thing in there, the inner little mouth. You can pull that out, which is pretty cool, very classic. I love that. Get that in there. Arms can go full 360 up and out that far. Rotation at the elbow, as well as a double jointed elbow, which is nice. Rotation at the wrist, hinge at the wrist. We even get a hinge at these like 2 fingers right here, which is pretty cool. I like that a lot. A ball peg right below the rib cage, so that rolls around, does turn left and right, crunches back and forth, and pivot side to side a little bit. Hip joints can kick forward that much, back about that far, can do splits about that much. It does rotate up there, not really, no, not really. We do rotate at the knee like so. We got a double bend at the knee. We do get a swivel and a single bend at the up top of the calf right there, as well as a ball-like joint at the ankle, so rotate goes up and down, a slight ankle rocker. Then we do get a bendy wire in the tail itself, so you can pose that around and it'll hold its shape for the most part, which is pretty good. I love that a lot. Now, one thing I will say about this, which is pretty common for a lot of their aliens and Xenomorphs, he has trouble standing, getting him in the proper footing. You know, the knees and those shin or calf joints are a little loose. They're not as tight as I would like. I hope they would do ratchet joints at some point because he has a little bit of trouble standing, but still overall a very good figure, and really happy to add this Xenomorph to the collection. Okay, so now let's take a look at the money figure for this particular set, in my opinion. Holy crap, I freaking love this thing, man. And in my opinion, this might be one of the best, if not the best, Superman figure ever. And you'll kind of see what I'm talking about here. But let's talk about those head sculpts first. That head sculpt is gorgeous. I love this. This is the epitome of what a Superman head sculpt should look like. From the head, or excuse me, from the eyes to the eyebrows, the jaw, the chin, the nose, the really awesome curl of the forehead and the hair just looks great, man. That is a killer Superman head. What I also do like is that you can even see in the hair itself, I can just brighten my camera up a bit, there actually is a blue wash in there to give it a little bit more detail, which I really like a lot. But we also do get a second head sculpt, which looks amazing, right? Look at that. No, I'm just kidding. But that, I know that looks really weird, but that actually is a socket. And what that is for, we can actually take these heads off like so. They're just on standard ball pegs like that. And we could pop one of these, the other one on there like that. And then you have that like there. So what we also do get as far as accessories go, we get these cool like laser effects for his laser vision. Now there is a proper way to put these in, so you can actually slide that in like that, and there you go. Now you have like he's, you know, about to do a heat blast or something like that, a laser vision, whatever you want to call it. Just looks really cool, and I love how well these actually hold into the head, because I've seen other companies try and do like laser vision effects and they just work horribly. This is the best I've ever seen it done, and it looks really freaking good. So we do get the small beam effects like that. We also do get these larger ones like so, and you'll see some better pictures later on with these effects, but that looks awesome. The little blast right there at the end. You can take this and just slide it right into the head. I know this looks a little weird. Just get that in there, just shove that in his face like that, and get it in there like that. And again, it holds very well. It's not loose at all. It holds on there. The plastic material for the laser vision isn't cheap. It doesn't feel super like flimsy and stuff like that. That's another problem I've had with other effect pieces like that. This is really solid and it really holds its shape. And I just think that's awesome. Look at that. I think it's dope, dude. That's so well done. I think Neca did a fantastic job doing that, and I'm so glad they did it, and they did it well. That's one of my favorite things. So the other accessories we get the close-fisted hands, and then we get the more open-fingered flying hands, which is really cool. And again, you'll see pictures later on with that, and all of those look really nice. But probably the best thing that I do love about this figure is the colors. The bright blue is perfect, and there actually is this like dark blue airbrushing. I'm not sure if you can see that all that well inside like the muscles and whatnot. Let me see if I dim my camera, but you can kind of see it in the muscles along here and in the ribs and like that. There's this a deeper blue airbrushing in there to really bring out the sculpt of the muscles. Nice bright red and yellow emblem, the old school like trunks with the actual belt and things like that. Nice big red boots and a soft goods cape that works very, very nicely. And it has the actual yellow S on the back, like Superman is supposed to. And I love how low cut it is for the back, again, how it's supposed to be. It's really, really cool and just very well done, man. This is incredible. Now, I know Mattel just recently lost the DC license, and it went over to McFarlane. Man, seeing this figure really makes me wish that Neca had gotten the DC license, because I would be all game for getting a whole crap ton of DC characters just like this with the same quality. Just looks beautiful, badass. Man, I love this Superman. It's so freaking good. So anyways, after I'm done bragging about that, let's talk about his articulation now. The head's on a ball joint, works very, very well. Pivots side to side, up and down like so, and does turn left and right. Arms can go full 360 like so, up and out that far, rotation at the bicep. We got a double bend at the elbow, rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. We got an ab crunch that goes forward only about that much, back about that far, swivel at the waist, hip joints that kick forward that much, back about that far. This whole crotch piece is more of a softer rubbery plastic, so that's pretty good. Can do the splits like so, rotation in the upper thigh. We got double jointed knees. We got rotation at the boot. Ankle joints that go up and down, rotate, don't rotate, but we got a really sweet ankle rocker, and we do get toe articulation, which is pretty tight, but it is in there. One thing I will say, when I did get this figure out of the box, he was super tight. The joints were just not working with me, and I had to run him under some hot water to loosen him up a bit. So that is something that I definitely recommend with most Neca figures, if you didn't already know that. But for me specifically, and I've seen others, run this guy under some hot water under certain joints that are too stuck. Do not attempt to turn them if they're super tight. Heat him up, loosen him up, and work him slowly, and he'll be fine. My guy is just really good right now. So this is a completely badass figure from a completely badass set. So for a quick size comparison, here they are standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Superman comparison, here he is standing next to a DC Universe Classic Superman and DC Icon Superman. And for your Alien comparison, here he is standing next to the Kenner Homage Blue Alien and Mantis Alien. And just for fun, here they are standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Superman vs. Alien 2-pack from Neca. Now overall, I think both of these figures are beautiful. The Xenomorph, of course, is completely awesome, but does suffer from loose joints, especially in the legs. But that Superman is amazing, and definitely one of the coolest and best Supes figures that I've ever seen in my life. He is so incredibly done, from the sculpt, the bright colors, the soft goob capes, the interchangeable parts and accessories is all amazing, and I freaking love him so much. So if you can find these figures in the aftermarket, I highly recommend them because they are both absolutely a must get. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.